From a surprise announcement to a potential 12th film, Vin Diesel has confirmed the Fast 11 release date. Well, everybody, Fast 10, your seatbelts, because the end of the road is in sight. Although Fast X is still blazing through theaters, Fast and Furious 11 has already been given a release date. The man himself, Vin Diesel, made the announcement in a lengthy Instagram post that we can expect the next installment. And I'm not just talking about a vague ballpark figure. Vin gave us a date, April 4th, 2025. That is absolutely insane. Whilst it's yet to be confirmed if this next film will be the last in the series, it seems like Vin is pretty sure about when F11 will be speeding into theaters. After a shocking cliffhanger of an ending, it was no surprise that we would be seeing at least one more film. But is that the end of what the series has in store? Originally, Fast X was meant to mark the end of the series. However, Universal, Diesel, and his team all unanimously decided to split up the final chapter, hence its cliffhanger of an ending. Vin has previously hinted that the conclusion to the franchise would be released in multiple parts, but it's unclear as to whether this means we are to expect one more film or if the saga is going all the way to 12. Whether or not 11 ends up being the final chapter or just the middle of the end is hard to say, especially since Fast X ended on a major cliffhanger, leaving many characters' fates uncertain. Fans are already desperate to find out what's going to happen next, but 2 whole years seems like an enormous wait. With all the different moving pieces in play, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for the series to need another film after 11 to really tie things up. Diesel did confirm that the studio had requested the finale be split into 3 parts. However, it seems to have been confirmed that 11 is all they need. Vin Diesel said, "What gets harder is the work off screen, the thinking, the expanding. It's hard to continue mythologies. There's a reason why Tolkien stopped writing after a while. I mean, he's probably not wrong to compare the Fast Sage to Lord of the Rings, especially considering the epic scope of the series. But it really gives you a bit of a peek behind the curtain into Diesel's mindset, making these movies. So, now that I think about it, epic really is the right word." Vin went on to say that he wanted to see Robert Downey Jr. star in the 11 as the primary antagonist.
Who do you want to see in the next movie? You've had Charlize, Brie Larson, Helen Mirren, you have Rita Moreno. Who do you want? Who do you want? Make the pitch. Let's make it happen.
Robert Downey Jr.
Someone who would be revealed as a shadowy figure who was the antithesis of Dom. Michelle Rodriguez chimed in saying that she would like to see Matt Damon appear in the series. Now, all of this was said in February of 2023 in the lead up to Fast X release.
Okay, who's the guy from these amazing Jason Bourne movies? Come on, Matt Damon.
You want Matt Damon?
I fucking want Matt Damon.
Tell Matt Damon to be in a Fast movie.
Matt Damon, would you be in a Fast and Furious movie?
That makes it seem like there is still changes that could be made to Fast 11, or at the very least hint at a potential 12th installment. Honestly, I would love to see RDJ appear in the series before it closes out. Maybe he would appear as a rival of Mr. Nobody. All of this really makes you wonder how much Diesel and the gang are just teasing us about the potential future of the saga. This all could be just a misdirection, or maybe a clue as to who we can expect to appear. Filming for Fast 11 has already wrapped, as it was filmed back-to-back with X, which definitely lends some credibility to Vin's announcement. I mean, it's not like the dude is just full of hot air. He is executive producer on the series after all. He concluded his Instagram announcement by saying, "For those who didn't know the Fast X was just part 1, know that part 2 is going to be an effort from our Fast family and studio like you have never seen. In a series known for going full throttle, it will be downright insane to see what it's like when the crew doesn't hold anything back. So what are we to expect from the Fast 11? Well, no doubt we will continue the family's fight against Jason Momoa's Dante." Vin Diesel basically confirmed as much in his Instagram post, where he was incredibly grateful for what Momoa has brought to the series. Seeing as the movie's final moments also confirmed the return of both Gal Gadot and Dwayne Johnson, Fast 11 is bound to go off. Although both characters were not expected to return for various reasons, Gadot's character was originally thought to have been killed off back in Fast and Furious 6, but seeing as her old flame, Han managed a similar return from the grave, It's not too out of left field. Godot's character, Giselle, appears at the very last moment in order to save Let and Cypher, who had escaped from an Antarctic black site. What looks like some concept images, or some very polished shots, feature in Diesel's Instagram announcement. I, for one, am so excited to see Giselle and Han reunited after so long. Maybe they can finally get the happy ending they deserve. Well, it looks like they will have to go through Dante first. It's also entirely possible that Cypher will finally join the family's fight, especially given her until now secret ties to Giselle. What really came as a shock was the reveal in a mid-credits scene that Luke Hobbs was once again going to join the fight. Johnson had previously made it clear that he was not all that keen on returning to the main series after a very public feud with Vin Diesel. The pair seemed to really have some clashing egos during the filming on 5, 6, and 7. And despite being a fan favorite, it seemed almost impossible for Johnson and Diesel to bury the hatchet. However, seeing as Johnson's character also played a huge role in the death of Dante's father, it seems to be almost guaranteed that Hobbs will once again team up with Dom and his crew in order to put a stop to Dante once and for all. I mean, Dante is out for revenge. And he makes it very clear in the mid-credits scene that he holds Hobbs just as accountable for his father's death as he does Dom. Fast 11 will probably also answer the question of Mr. Nobody's whereabouts. He was conspicuously absent from Fast X, and that absence absolutely loomed large over the events of the movie. It will no doubt be a driving motivator for Brie Larson's character, Tess, who is Mr. Nobody's daughter. It just seems silly not to have Kurt Russell return once more before the series' conclusion. But knowing his character, it would be incredibly surprising if his return didn't also come with some big implications for the saga's conclusion. Fast X has left many longtime fans of the series on the edge of their seats. Critics, on the other hand, haven't been as kind. Some have referred to Fast X as irredeemable silly and a biblically scaled soap, which I guess isn't untrue, but really fails to do these movies any sort of justice. I simply love the saga's ability to ratchet up the action. Seriously, they deliver time and time again. And with only one, or maybe two, more films left, it's clear that fans are pumped to see what the series is capable of in the final stretch. Many have praised the chemistry of the cast, and I mean, come on, they clearly love working together. Why else would you make 11 of these things? Honestly, it's really hard to imagine a world without the Fast and Furious series. Who would have thought that a quaint little movie about street racing would continue into a series spanning over 2 decades? Not me, that's for sure. It's abundantly clear that the series holds an incredibly special place in his heart. And it's that love and passion that really seems to have carried the series this far. Now that the end of the road is in sight, it's hard to not get a little choked up at the prospect of it all coming to a close. But hey, there still is a way to go yet. So, there you have it. From a surprise announcement to a potential 12th film, Vin Diesel has officially confirmed Fast 11's release date.